forecast. Acculorber forecast. Starting up to heavy.
July in New York is basically a tutorial for August, a quick run-through of how to cope with the city of solids and liquids that becomes gas and replace what only a few innocent weeks ago we used to call the air. In terms of effect on human physiology, air quality alert days are in July akin to having pulled an all-nighter in Alaska where the nights last 6 months, or forgetting whether you're allergic to wheat or everything except for wheat. In August, they're more like carrying something that ought not to be carried, like a high viral load, or if you're from Sparta, a stolen fox under your shirt, or fancy scarves under chainmail if you're a pirate disguised as Sir Galahad. How well you'll comport yourself through these adversities will determine what you'll look like after summer really clicks and drags you into its ulcerous volcanic maw. But why the F is it so effing humid when it gets hot? Heat is nothing more than a measure of molecules bouncing off one another, con gusto. Cold air is pretty chill, but heated up and it's like CBGB's in 1980. To do that, the molecules need some extra space to back up and get a running jump on each other. But nature abhors a vacuum, and also abhors you, apparently. So into that space, water vapor, ozone, and all sorts of other schmutz takes up residency. So blah, blah, blah. Science. Right? We're Americans, right? So there must be a better, much less accurate way of describing this. Imagine it's July 2008 and you still have a job. The economy is healthy, meaning you're working more than full time because wages have fallen every year since 1974, but you do have a job, so there's not much time to do anything else. That's like cold air. No space for much of anything else to squeeze in. But the hot summer is more like America now. Once you get laid off, there's more room to fill in a to-do list with items that are, like the Acculorber, almost dazzlingly spiritual in their uselessness. Useless and bad, like worrying about finding another job, or regressing into neuroses you believed yourself to be cured of, like masking emotional inarticulateness behind a charming veneer, right?
Yes. What is that?
Oh, it's a weather report that goes up every week. It's followed devoutly by 2 or 3 people. Let's get back to it, shall we?
Come on.
Yes. You can either do useless but bad, or useless but good. Hang on 1 second.
Okay.
Like building an ark on your roof, or maybe shelves in your room, or in a Heideggerian terms, creating a happening of truth setting itself to work. So the widely spaced air molecules of the urban summer hold an abundance of hobo poop, dog sperm, bad meat, horse pee, diesel, and asphalt, and water from all the varieties of sweat: jogger, sexy time, panic, rush hour, too fat, busted plumbing, fear, flop sweat, jack sweat, debt sweat, overly wet sweat, offensive tet sweat, your mama slept with Boba Fett sweat. But just as there is always a secret ecstasy hidden within despair, there's also no end to the elements you can put up there in the oldest established permanent floating mosh pit in New York. Citronella, barbecue, basil behind your ear, delightfully subconscious hormonal signals and sweet nothings whispered into an already receptive ear. So this weekend ought to be nicer. Tonight it's going to be dark and stormy, as you can see, a whole low of about 68. Saturday, 85, a high, low of 70, partly cloudy. Sunday it's going to be sunny, 81 and 70, the low. And Monday, when you can get back to looking for a job, it's going to be 89 for a high and again 70 for a low and sunny. In terms of the new job report that just released today, which everyone says is terrible, when I wrote a terrible report back in high school, Mr. McCourt had me keep writing it until it got better. I know that doesn't solve the underlying problem, which is Bush, not the terrible president, but the actual Bush that our hunter-gatherer ancestors mistakenly abandoned for the agrarian pyramid scheme of Sumeria 10,000 years ago in the epic fail of Gilgamesh. That's it for now. In the meantime, don't forget you set your clocks back this weekend. I'm setting mine to the Paleolithic era. Farewell.
Forecast.
More or less, yeah.
So who's